Good morning, everyone. Well, I am going to be by myself today. Rapture Kitty is staying with my son for the weekend. He loves cats and has his own, so they get along. I've already had him there. In any case, my subject for today is, are you tired? I had another thought in mind, but after today, I truly am tired. I drove 7 hours to get here, so it's nice to finally be here. But this getting in the day before allows me to rest. Because if I were to try to drive in the morning, or try to drive at like 2 o'clock in the morning to get here by a 9:30 a.m. call time, I'd be useless. But as it is, I'm still struggling. I'm finding out that this current time I'm having trouble with my lines. Normally it's quite easy to just memorize lines, and I'm struggling, so I think this is it. I'm going to ask him to, besides what we're filming, film my death scene for the next video. You can do that, and a lot of actors do that. If they know they're leaving, they will film that. Now, sometimes, like if you remember the MASH death scene, or the scene for McLean Stevens, he left early because he couldn't come to terms with what they were bargaining with, and he thought he had a whole career with them. Other things were lined up. Don't ever quit your day job. If you're doing something that you're good at and people like you, stay with it. All right, so I truly am tired because I'm filming this at the end of the day. After I get this uploaded, I'm probably going to go relax, read the Bible, and then go to sleep. I'm not going to look at my script anymore. It seems to me I can't hold it. I'll just have to memorize the lines one or two at a time. I seem to do better at that. All right. So, is the world getting to you? I'm normally not this tired, but I normally don't drive this. If the world's getting to you, then it will make you tired. We're getting down to the wire on this election cycle. And you would think that the gap would be so wide that they wouldn't come out with a poll saying that we're tied. Now, I don't believe we're tied. I believe one side's way ahead. But the New York Times poll said that we're tied. That either has to be close to being true, and we don't get the information right, or they're lying through their teeth and nobody's laughing them off the air. That's the scary part. Now, I enjoy doing the videos, so that's why I'm going ahead and doing a video, because this, to me, is sort of relaxation. I get to chit-chat, talk about things, and, of course, read the Bible. And that's comforting. Talking politics, I'm going to be with a whole bunch of people this weekend, and somebody's going to want to talk politics, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's take a look at some verses. It's pretty much all I'm going to do today is just read you some verses to encourage you. When you're tired, Psalm 23 says that he will make us to lie down. That's not in my list here. Make us lie down and rest. Because sometimes we don't want to. Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, the weight of the world, and I will give you rest. Jesus talking. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, which is the way we're supposed to be to others, and you will find rest for your souls. Maybe not rest for your body, but certainly for your mind, which controls your body. So take it in. Get the rest you need mentally. Mark 6:31. Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest. It's hard to rest when there's noise around. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm not too far from a freeway. And I'm not too far from a connecting road, so sometimes I hear trucks out there through the heavy-duty walls of this motel, because that's where I'm at. It's a cheap motel, but it's not bad. Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. You know these verses. They will run and not grow weary, and they will walk and not be faint. Now this part here is kind of physical. And we know that Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days and nights. The average person can't do that and fasted for that time. Can't do that for 2 days. We're getting rather plump in this country. The fast food and all the other junk that we're eating, processed food, it's not good for us. I don't know what we're going to be able to eat in heaven, but it will be heavenly. Exodus 33:14. The Lord replied, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. The Spirit in us can teach us to relax. Sometimes we can't relax because we're just doing too many things. He'll teach us to relax. Sorry for that if you were not quite awake. See, I'm not completely dead yet. But He will help you. Let's see, where was I? I forgot where I was at. My screen jerked and it shot up to the top. And the cat didn't do it. Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about everything, but in every situation, by prayer, supplication, or petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Whatever it is you want, it doesn't matter. If you want to hit the lottery, if you want to have your own airplane or a yacht, ask for it. He may laugh and say no, but He might say yes. You're not going to get something if you don't ask. Ask reverently, respectfully. I mean, that was my joke about the lottery not too long ago. I'm not asking for $1 million. I'm happy with what I've got. But I'm not going to be an idiot and not ask for it at least once. You say, well, you don't need $1 million. Well, you don't know what God has in store for either one of us. One of us might need it. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. God does everything. He sets the plan, He helps you to do the plan, and then it gives you rest at the end of the plan, at the end of the day. And if you talk to Him at the end of the day, He'll tell you what you did right and what you did wrong, and encourage you to do better next time. Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present help in trouble. And I think if we jump down to 10, He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Up until the tribulation. And just the opposite is happening. The whole world is turning on Israel. But that's Satan doing. And he's good at his job. Don't underestimate him. He would destroy the earth and everybody on it if God let him. He could. Of course, God won't let him, so he can't. Now, he's going to get a fair shot at it here after we're out of here. But he's still not going to be able to do it. Psalm 62:1. Truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from him. Yes, my soul finds rest in God. My hope comes from him. Set your goals high with God. Have the faith that he will see you through them. And you'll be able to do anything you want to do. We have the verse that says the faith of a grain of mustard seed can move mountains. I don't know any mountains I want to move. But that's what it can do. My faith is that God will provide all my needs from his glorious universe that he owns. So don't look at it and go, I need to have an old beat up car that barely runs that I have to work on every day to keep working. No. Say, God, I need a good, reliable car, assuming you need a car. A good, reliable car that can get me to and from work or whatever you're doing. One that doesn't take a lot of money to run and one that I don't have to work on all the time because I'd rather spend my time working with you. That's a logical choice for God to make. Unless, of course, you need to learn how to work on cars, and then he may give you a jalopy. And I'm still praying for a working, livable RV next month. Now, it can come in any time. And I want to pay next to nothing for it. Am I asking for too much? No. This is a big world with lots of people giving things away. Somebody who's got an RV sitting in their covered garage and they're tired of looking at it because nobody wants to go camping. It's clean. It runs. And they just want to get rid of it, give it a good home. That's all they want. God has homes for people. Now, do I want to take this home from somebody who needs it to live? No. But God can come up with 2 homes if need be. He's that powerful. He can come up with 1,000,000 homes. There are people in North Carolina that need homes. You won't find an RV up in that area anymore because they're all being snatched up. Tents are being snatched up. Continue to pray for them. Our famous actor Tom Cruise is just, his confidence is through Scientology, not from God, which means Satan's kind of giving him what he wants. He's a good actor, and I've worked with him. He's temperamental. You don't get too pushy with him under any conditions. But he's just got together with Elon Musk and wants to do his next movie in space. Yes. He held on to the side of a military plane in one of his recent movies. He's jumped out of the side of a building. This is confidence, misguided or misplaced, but it's confidence that I wish we had. There was a nice couple from one of the fringe religions outside the market when I came out. I talked with them a little bit. Their basic religion is okay, but they're off on all the other stuff. But, I like talking with people who are willing to get out. They had their magazines out there in their little rack. Witnessing. Hint, hint. And I could talk to them. What's going on with my... Okay. I guess I'm supposed to wrap this up. How long is it? Well, I guess that's long enough. Stop talking. God just took my screen and made it go blank and then came right back up again. and I've got power and the battery's good. I don't know. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to probably do the same thing tomorrow because I'll be working most of the day. I'll come back in and I'll do my video. I might get the idea in the morning. It's taking longer and longer for God to give me ideas. I think we're getting close. Now ought to be the time he ought to really be pushing hard. Instead, I'm getting less and less feedback. Or I'm just too tired to hear him. I don't know. Anyhow, don't work too hard, but work hard enough. Nothing comes for free. Until we meet in the clouds. God bless.